Hello there, Wall. This is Psychological Jim, continuing off in Tokyo Deck. This time I might finish it. This time I'm hoping for a 2-hour video at least. Maybe. I feel sick. That matter. How many years did his gun pass around in the booth before she murdered him? Okay. This is where we left off last time, and this is what I said last. And we know she looked the same as she does now, 16 years old, a child. Hasina had locked her up and tried to take back control the only way she thought she could. Only she came back. And all that pain and suffering came back with her. When I was in that room, I could feel it like it was my own, and it's not the first time I felt it. The dark was seeped in. As soon as I realized it, it was like the air changed. I can sense a pulse now, like a heartbeat firing me back. But it's not enough. The mask could help me find the dare, and I can find fair the dark, but the path there isn't open to me. What am I missing? My gut tells me it has to do with Kuan, and the only one alive who knows about it is the old Kuan woman. She has to tell me what happened. Right, so we're going to hair now, apparently. I don't know why the police have finally. I can say go back to my apartment. Whoa. All the other cases are off the list too. My apartment's here there. I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchildren into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have questions about the Kune, the group your daughter and son-in-law were part of. You're the only one alive who'd remember. Kuan, I don't know anything about it. Leave me. Gamma, enough. Listen to yourself. Do you even realize you're lying anymore? Tanti told us everything. And you either told this because this investigation's important to you doesn't give you the right to barge in here. Ma, Yugama and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in. It's as much mine as is Gamma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of me. Only a little while ago I found out my parents died in some car and no one even knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to have you eat a toe, but all the doubt and lies have certain to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell that to that poor man in the States. He's in the hospital now, terrified out of his wits. People aren't only here to be used for information and then thrown away where you move on. They have lives too, and bringing up the past can hurt. Sadly, you of all people understand that. I do, but ignoring the past won't make it go away, and there's unfinished business from the Kura that needs to be taken of. But what's left of to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? Nah, I promise to talk to you about all this later. For now, let me and the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking us dinner, weren't you? Alright, we'll talk about it later, but I'll be in the other room if you need me. So you found me out. Now that Mare knows, I suppose there's no point in keeping it secret any longer. The truth is, my damn daughter and Arthur would have joined the coup if it weren't for me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a mammoth. At the time I joined, my husband had left me and I lost my job Sunday, leaving me a single and unemployed mother who could barely support her daughter. That's when Takamas found me and told me that the sincerity that stigmatized and sundered me was a faction, a group machine to be fought, and that my very soul was at stake. Of course he used me as he did everyone else. I desperately wanted to hear that my struggles weren't my fault. They sold everything from me, my youth, my mind, then my children. And then one day in 1960 they all died. The cause of death was built and no auto were perfume, and if they were hidden. Why? That's simple. The government didn't care about some dead carcass in the woods and covered it up so the papers went synthesize their death. Whatever. That's it. After everything I found, you expect me to believe that? To have people died that day and no one knows why, what happened? Tell me the truth. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. They died for nothing, following in the footsteps of a madman who believed that life was an illusion. As words of other compounds and other groups being weighted spread, Terminus began warning us that the end was near. He believed the world was collapsing and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the faith and find purity among the gods. might either go she didn't die from some conspiracy. She chose death because she no longer had an anger to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to them. No, you do know something. In the report it says after the officers carried the bodies, they found a mask, the same one you handed to me 6 months ago. That's Thomas would always keep it to himself, seeing it granted him sight into the realm of the Kuum. I needed it, you don't understand. It allowed us to see scenes, things, and people who were gone. The goo was a fool, the fake, but the mask was real. There was a rumor that the cult members were killed by one of their own. Certainly you didn't. No, you don't understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask. It was given to me. One day a man, some journalists and others showed up at my door carrying the mask. I couldn't believe it. I begged him for it, but he stood there smiling at me. His eyes were like none I had ever seen. It was saints. All he wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Itamar. When I joined the cult, I was forced to give up my possessions and only had one left, but I gave it to him nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask that I could find him, that maybe she would forgive me. As soon as I had it in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear her voice. So you went into the sewers chasing after her, thinking you could save her? Terzari told you that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Ikako was crying out to me, begging me to find her and free her from the dark place. I would have given anything to hold her in my arms again and begged her forgiveness. I don't care if you don't believe me. There's like Tenneco was calling out to me. I do believe you were probably some of the few people who laugh alive, who know what the mask is capable of. If you really thought it'd help you find her, then why'd you give it to me? Because I was wrong. At first I only fired whispers, then I found myself in a saint's labrador chasing after her shade. The days breed together. I lost track of my grandchildren, of the shrine. It was a illusion, no matter how hard I tried. I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, this as Tasma had used me so many years before. I tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it, none of it mattered. It always came back, and when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind and tried as best I could to live a life of solitary and ignore the seams of my daughter. Then you came. And when you did, the mask was steaming out in voices I'd never heard before. I thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. I didn't even have time to breathe out a sign of relief before I heard a gunshot ring out. No one else ran to it. I was the only one who knew that sound for what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking Ma away from me. Instead, it had passed tragedy to another. I'm sorry, perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us. There is one other person who knows about the mask, a girl named Lena. Does that name mean anything to you? No, I don't know anybody by that name. Do you expect me to know everyone who's been touched by the mask? No, but you were involved with a group that worshipped it. Are you sure you're telling me everything? Yes. What good will accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too. That must be it. Mel told me you lost someone, your partner in the police. Is that right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop your search. The pace I was shown by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop where your mind and body remain intact. What if I told you there was another option? What other option? In the months since I first met you, I've had time to examine the agent text in this sign, and as the mask drew further away, it loosened its grips on my mind. I knew then it would someday make its way back to me, so I became determined to find a way to protect myself and my grandchildren from its influence. The darkness of the tomb and its ruins are but mere blazons used to savor our connection with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark forces can invade all matter of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. It must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grasp. Destroy the mask? I thought you just said it can't be done. Not physically. Gamma, is everything alright? I overheard you talking about the mask again. Yes, sir, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good that you here, as this talk involves you. Mary, you trained in exorcism and purification rooms for quite some time, haven't you? Such a relic could purify the mass and turn it into a a mere piece of wood, given we gather the right materials of textures. I can tell you from the look in your eyes that you think me to be sincere, but I'm quite serious. Even modern lyrics have ancient roots, and with enough convincing they are still capable of great power. If I was content to die as long as the mass didn't hurt my children, as I was too free to do what was necessary myself. But now seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what is right. If you truly do know what the mass is, then you must have made the choice. Slow down, I didn't come here to be involved in a lyrical activist, whatever you call it. I only want the truth about the current which you say haven't given me. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? So be it. I can see there is only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would be at the Kurum compound itself. The records of its location are lost, and they were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? So go there, search for you to see that recipient the mass has Wong. When you return, you have me decide. What makes you so confident I'll change my mind? I went back once, years ago, not honestly, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to remind myself of my sins. What I saw and felt in that place, it was taunted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mass will afford you. There is something else. I had a feeling you'd say that. The heavy in nature air I felt when I returned to the compound, it had the same snacks, the same quality of the tunnels where I searched for Ikoma. Sounds like a superstition to me. So what exactly is it you want in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mass and that pays are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything it may have in the lyric. Looking for the truth will not bring you peace, detective. Purifying the mass very well might. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Incuria. Hey, that's the suicide forest. Suicide forest, what a dreadful name. Though I suppose those would have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. Igato, you can't just go out in there, it's dangerous. What if you get lost? GPS doesn't work in there, and I heard even compasses won't point north. Not only that, but well, a lot of people go there to die. I don't think you should go. You keep talking about the mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you feeling isn't caused by a mask, it's just you. So many nights after the deer died in the sky, I had nightmares. Every Karen and I went around, I thought I'd see her there. It wasn't a lyric or a sound that made me better though. I just stopped listening to the fear. I confronted it. And you took me to see Toski. That was my first time I left Kulan since April. It's embarrassing to admit it, but I was scared. Yeah, Toski telling me all that stuff about mom and dad was scary, but it was the truth. I wasn't hiding from some demon. I didn't involved myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I don't think you should put yourself in danger just so you can keep chasing new demons. Maybe you're right. But some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Conti compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but email is huge. How are you going to find one compound? Man makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you remember where it is? Of course I do. I know what you two must think of me, but I'm no Santa Claus and whatever. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Newsies. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies. Several miles away from the bus stop, there's a cairn and a path there used time to time by the Forest Service. I'll draw you a map before you leave. It continues for quite some time and eventually it will be blocked off. Keep going forward and don't turn back or leave the path. The Ferris can pay tricks on you. Keep going forward, don't turn back or leave the path. Okay. Supposing the path is said down, it seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all those years. It says sense after all. Why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go search for whatever truth you think you'll find, but be careful. Detective, do what must be done, then leave. Saying that is dangerous. I hope that once you enter that place and feel the energy I did, you have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? A mask must be purified. There's someone else down in the dark. I have to know what will happen to him. down there. If that's true, then you've already lost. I'll begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. Mayor, see her out. She's never said anything like that to me. You must have really scared her. Listen, I'll help you with this work because I think it'd help Gamma get better. But don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes I'm probably just a kid, but I know how much it hurts to want the truth. That's of sad stuff for the past, and I was miserable not knowing Gamma almost went insane on top of that. Gamma said it herself. You said young. You said you should forget about all this and set over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you two talk about mass and spirits where you sounded like that girl at the sky, it scares me, and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, feet to toe. She's talking to herself. Here we go. Is this it? The path it must be. Just like the old woman said. Honestly, I was hoping it wouldn't be here. It's also convent like it's all part of some little game. What was that noise? No, not now. Why here? Leave me alone. What is he doing here? Huh? Where am I? No. Anywhere but here. I don't want to remember this. Why now? Idato, why did you come here? You've left me to die again, haven't you? It was your fault this happened to me. You're so selfless. You never care about what happens to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way are this cavilled out. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to help that girl, to help the old woman, to see everyone who gets in your way suffer. Oh, that's not true. I would have done anything to change what happened to you. Make it your way. I can't bear to look anymore. Make it so. I don't want sap. Make it sap. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that. Let's forget about Remington. Otherwise. Do, 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 do. And they feel a familiar mascot picking up. Oh, team again. Jeez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you'd never wake up. Oh, well,
目でも見てるの
Tassie, thank goodness you're okay. I knew I'd find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone anywhere. Saw you on the ground. Rihanna, see what you felt. That must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can't fix. Speaking of it, I fixed the coffee machine so you can officially file that case as closed. Hey, you okay? You look a little out of it. Take your time getting ready. I'll be in the room. Yeah, thanks, Kazuki. What is this? I was looking for something, wasn't I? Why can't I remember my heart beating my minute? I can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. Is this where? Wait now. Wait. I want to be where. Welcome back to the railroad, sleepyhead. Huh? You're not just? You didn't forget about our picnic, did you? Picnic. We were gonna have a picnic in the park and see the cherry blossoms, remember? I know it's not exactly traditional, but I figured we could grab a pizza on the way over too. It's an important time of year after all. Did you forget that too? Don't you remember when the cherry blossoms fell and you saved those two girls at the side? You're a hero. Saved? No, I'm no hero. She died. I killed her too. She's always trying to stop me from to stop. Something doesn't feel right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Of course it is. We're together. The sun's out. We've got Lady Fair. Ah, isn't this what you wanted? With your parents gone, Lady Fair and I are the only family you've got left. This is where you belong, and we love you, Amy. That's why you come with us. Come on, you've got to go to get going. Go where? Where are you taking me? Somewhere safe. Safe, why? Where am I going? There's the path. The path isn't for you. It leads to suffering. So let's leave the path and be happy forever. Isn't this nice? We're all here like one big family. You don't need anyone else. You don't need anyone else. We don't need anyone else. We don't need anyone else. It's better this way. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here. Kamasi, what's the matter with you? Nothing is the matter. Nothing is. We're exactly where we need to be. This is all so wonderful. I've taken you somewhere safe, just like I promised. Far away from places you didn't belong. You stay here so you can't hurt anyone anymore. Free from all those pastly painful memories, so let's forget it together. Lie down where it's comfortable and say there forever, never, never, no. Ignoring the pain won't make it go away. Precisely won't want me to forget. He'd tell me to keep going. I know this pace. I've been here before. It's drenched in the same suffering as before. Uzuki, why did you take me here? Why don't you leave me alone? Remember, don't make me. That's what it says. Remember, don't make me. Why do you want me? Why do you want to hurt me so badly? Why did you come here? Don't make me remember. Don't make me remember. I've never felt Reno's passing so strongly before. If I don't come to my senses, I might have. Why now? What's in the Ferris that she doesn't want me to see? The air completely changed when I paced the section with the others. The Ferris doesn't seem so dark. I can see a Karen up ahead. Is it over? Are you still here somewhere? Where is he? Fine, losing it. Fine. They're so useless. You really are losing. You, this as Casey as everyone said, seeing Moon in the woods like she's a villain in a movie. No time for you silly decisions. You have to focus on what's where. This is the compound of the Coombe. It's where. I don't know how, but the roots of everything that's happened were planted here. If I can this part out, everything will go back to normal. That's right. You don't scare me when Luna. The doctors say you're not well, so you're not well. I'll find out the truth here inside you. It's Sarah's quiet. Why are there no beds? Oh well. Nothing to do but move forward. Mommy? Where are you? I missed it. Shoot. Keep the voice down. I can't stay long. Why not? Why don't you stay with me? Well, that's complicated. The group think it's best if we're apart for a while. He has big plans for us, and for you especially. Who cares about all that? Honey, it's not that simple. Why not? Why won't you let us in be together? Because you're so pale and perfect. I know you love me, but I'm not no good. If I stay with you, I he thinks I'll co-opt you, but I'm so weak. I wanted to see you. It's a little secret, okay? Okay, mommy. Is it my fault you can't stay with me anymore? Oh, no. Of course not. It's me. You're going to be a big important person someday. I can't hold you back. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but someday you'll understand. Tomas has big plans for you. He told me so himself. He said you the key to everything because you're so pale. Remember why we left the city? Because everyone's so mean. Now Fairburn says they're all sane by corruption, but not us. Not like you, anyway. I thought you said we were going home. We can't. Tama says the great machine's done for. That all those corrupt people will kill each other and worse and die. Will be left. But you'd be there to guide them. Soon, you've been chosen by Terminus. Die? I don't want anybody to die. Yes, me neither, CP. But, like I said, Tama, Takamas has figured out a new Excel, and you'd be able to have that. I don't understand. Why are you saying all these weird things? Now, it's not easy for me either, but it's not about what we want all the time. If you do this, it'd have me. You wanna have mommy, don't you? Yeah, I guess. Exactly, so it's mine, okay? Hey, guess what? What? You feel the wind, so there's gonna be a big celebration this for you, and be a big feast. What's that mean? It's a big meal where everyone gets to eat all the food they want. It's like a party. Doesn't that sound fun? I guess so. And I can come see you then. Do you promise? Yeah. Afterwards, we'll all go out together to the woods. All together. I thought you said it was just me. Like I said, sweetheart, you've been chosen. Says you gained the sight to guide us to salvation. Okay. Hey, don't look so sad. You get me crying. If you do, and you don't want to see mommy cry, do you? No. Good. I need you to listen to me now. Here, I want you to have this. It's mommy's eh, eh, and the only the one I've kept since I was little. I want you to have feel it. When it says I want you to hold it and keep your eyes shut tight, okay? If you get scared, just grab it tight and think of me, okay? But that air is yours. Don't you need it? What if something bad happens to you? It's more important you have it now. Promise me you do what I ask. I promise. Let's make a pinky promise. Okay. And know what happens when you break a pinky promise, right? Yeah, you said my pinky fall off. Exactly. We wouldn't want that now, would we? After tonight, things might be different. Maybe even a little scary, but it's not all bad. The most important thing is that Themis told us that we'd be together. I love you, Amy. I love you too, Mommy. What's wrong, Emo? Oh, Ryan, what are you doing here? You scared me. I'm sorry. It's alright. You didn't mean it, did you? No. Then there's nothing to worry about. Do you want something? Why isn't Tarasky the baby here with you? He and his sister were not meant for the path of parody, not like you. It's the night before the ritual. I must embarrass myself with thoughts of stuff. What's embarrassing me? Nina, embarrassing Nina, it means I have to forget them. Yes, forget the children, Nemo. Becoming too attached to our offspring as part of mankind's fate machine is a lie. This was a test. It did not pass. We are so close to our goal. Yes, of course. I will not saddle myself to Nina next time. Nina, don't worry. Tomorrow is a great ritual has envisioned. And you're the gas of honor. Everything will be alright. Harry? Yes, of course. Now on and on. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Nothing. It's nothing. The ritual is soon. It will be a time of great change. Go away. Why? Tomorrow you will guide us, but look at you. So young. You must be resistant. Fair is a pale motion. All things of life fair to fair is not weakness but test. You're testing. The you is wise. Are you okay? You're looking at me funny again. It's nothing. What do you want? Oh, do you know where to ask you? Weak, they're weak. Don't think of them. Don't carry your thoughts. You must remain as you are. Don't worry. Tassi will guide us. Let's wait. Hey, can I have a little of that? You instructed us not to give you any food at the feast. Oh, do you see? You are prepared to feast, but anger is there is to task us to show us we have corrupt with the sins of impurity upon us. It as a reminder of how the great machine of man keeps us all shackled and chained. Those who have cleansed must not turn away from the righteous path. Right, but you very lucky, yes, so lucky to be in tonight of his favor. He chose you. He chose you to be the bearer of the mass, to see the great there, to the pale when those of the children who were taken, that too was the task, to find the most pale among you. You understand, don't you? I don't know. Oh yes, of course, now. You were but a Thomas says that you children are much wiser than us, that you understanding of the word is intuitive. Here's my mommy. Yes, I imagine she is with the goo. She is in need of the goose. Yes, her mind has gone a story of late in such a chemo. The goo is so held away, don't you worry. Mother, father, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. We are you, friend. You should go back to your bed. I don't know why the goo makes someone so important on their feet. What if something would happen to you like the others? What others? Do not fear the great prophecy will come to pass, and there will be no fear. Very soon you should go to sleep tired, and remember, do not eat this meat. It is food for us, the pitiful. Oh, maybe you shouldn't eat. Oh, why not? The feast isn't for you. It's for us, the impaired, who must prepare us. Says the impaired must purify themselves by feasting and executing the fatness of their bodies. If I can remain in co-op, even someone ruthless like me will be able to ascend to a higher plane. I don't think you're ruthless. Everyone keeps telling me I'm so special, but no one visits me anymore, and where's everyone else? Are they hiding from me too now? The others are with the you, preparing themselves for tomorrow. Don't worry up, Ryan. Everything will be cared tomorrow. There's nothing to fear. Okay, there's nothing there. I can't let my daughter be in this ritual. That's not for you to decide. You know her importance, what the guru says. She can tell us. But she's my daughter. Tara hasn't told us what she's going to do to her. She is our daughter, Uska. What if it doesn't work like he says? She's so young. You doubt him now? because she's so young, she was chosen. Her mind is not sane, but we get sadness or corruption. She's so perfect. I know that this. Then my hesitate. Then why hesitate? The you tells us where coach in the moment that would bring us to peace. The crimson of everything with it. Somehow your child is the focal point. He says she will be granted a sight even more profound than his own. She can lead us. I only want to make sure she's okay. He promised me she'd be safe, but now I'm not so sure. You will make sure she's taken care of. Say want for nothing and be back with new sight. It's the only way the word is on the book of Ruin. There's no time left. My own children will. Don't worry, they'll be safe. No, my own mother betrayed me. She dragged my children away to die in the filth. I'm sorry. I must be soon. We will have no memories sent from the past. You know, don't you? I saw you outside when she told us. Yes, all of the things I studied, they were only ever used to by corrupt people to control one another, to help one another. She'd be free of that, all that. Will escape the suffering of this world and be reborn. And it will be one who shows us the way. She will be the goods. You're right. I always knew she was special, even when she was growing inside me. Like good fairy. Promise me again. Promise me she'll be taken care of. What is this? I feel saint. Like I'm back there again. What is this? It feels saint. Like I'm back there again. Where am I? The first path I saw things inside that wanted. When I found the end, it cut away the fog that been surrounding me and showed me the truth. The mask, the truth, my end was there the whole time. They all killed themselves and made her wear the mask. The day when it started, when Rowan became the mask bearer, when her suffering truly began, the pulse of the dark has changed again, and the first imagine I had before was snapped into focus. Everything I need to put an end to this is in my hands. Around the 10th, what day is it? I can't keep it safe anymore. I can't keep anything safe. I get a sewer, a knife, the pheasant, every day the same, a never-ending maze. What am I doing chasing after a dead cat? What have I scoped to? Maybe in another life there's an era that's happy that isn't seeing memories that out here things he couldn't possibly have seen. What did I see in the fairies? Was that very ruined? There was a woman there who looked like me too. What did they die for? For this little wood mass for salvation? What was that? No, not now. I need to think. Leave me alone. But you never will until I put an end to it, one way or another. Was it you pain I felt in the compound? I felt so alone, so scared. I can feel the dark, only it's changed. It's not so safe this anymore. That's where you are, isn't it? Down there in the dark. The dark. No, no. It's there. This sewers. That's no. They are there somehow. And in it is a death. I can't run from it. Maybe I could seek soothing. I'd have to keep hold of that terrible mess. What's it done to me already? The historian said I wasn't the bearer, so what more will it take from me? If I could destroy it, maybe it's not all my fault. If it's not done, if it's all the mess, maybe destroying it will make it stop. It ruined my life, almost ruined the outcome, so it can't be my fault. But would Mary Fanny be able to do it? What if she failed? What if it worked? If Luann and Kirby really are down there, would they survive it? I'd do a murder again. I could see all those things that other people can't. I have to embrace it. There's only two things left to do, and this, so I can try and put my life back together. Surround 2 paces are terrible seconds to me, but the only path math is to choose between them. This is it. I need to choose. Fire the path further to the darkness and return to the light. Why not? It first seems to be back on these seats, knowing everything I do now. Agent Koch, a terrible family again named Moran, all united by the history of death and suffering used by a simple object. All that meaningless death of innocent people. For what? To protect mankind, to make us better? Don't make me laugh. No, man, I've gone down this rabbit hole far enough. I refuse to be a slave to the mass any longer. I'll destroy it, turn it back to ashes, and do the worthy favor. My final death act was, as reality breaks apart at the seams, the coons are waiting at the sky. They know as well as I do. The tomb at the mass binks with me. Let's hope the old woman can do what she says she can. Ah, dang. Again, I won't let you control me. Why now? Is it trying to stop me? This mess, burnout of death and suffering shouldn't be in this world. Maybe those people were trying to reset things. Nah, why am I thinking about that? I have to keep moving. What is this fair and fair? I'm afraid to go forward. I have to go back. I can't move. Death, everything about this place feels like death. If I'm wrong, Kusui, they could still be down there. That's what it wants. It's why I need to destroy it. But oh God, what will happen? Why is it punting with me? Pleading with me. All those lives trapped in the mass want to be. I can still turn back. Now's my last chance. And if you want to read that, go back to 1852, 53, around there. I'm so confused. What do I do? Doing it. Doing it. Huh? Eat the toe? So you came after all? Yes, of course she did. She knew it was the right thing to do. You bought something, didn't you, from the compound? I I did. I found an old wooden amulet. You were right. The darkness I felt there was the same. Seriously, was wait, this is where Auntie where? And I was there. I saw visions from the past of people who are gone now. I know about the witch oak. Thomas took them into fulfillment. How could you let it happen? She was this egad. There's no answer I can give that would satisfy you. No answer. Is that the best you can do? That's why you fed, isn't it? You knew all about Thomas Wetzel and what would happen to everyone who was left behind. Yet you told Marion to Cassie and ran and did nothing to stop it. Stop it. What would have changed? Itamo knew what saying meant for her children as well as I did. She was willing to die, however Thomas told her to. I couldn't persuade my own daughter to save herself. You think I didn't tie the police? Nothing would have believed an old woman talking about Agent Ruins. I had no choice. They were martyrs. They weren't martyrs, they were lost, looking for answers in a world that had none for them. Much like you, like us. In my years with the mass, I could hear them sometimes in the darkness along with voices I did not recognize. I always thought they were frightful, restless, pursuing me for my sins. Once we purify the mass, perhaps they will forgive us. Did you find the girl who's chasing you, this Ruan? Did you ask her forgiveness? Forgiveness, I'm not sure if that's possible anymore. After everything that girl went through, all of her self-hatred and her sorrow as a part of the mass now, I felt it all at this God the day I saw her. Do you think that this will put a stop to it all, to all of it? The whispers, ruin all of the same things we've seen. Atonement is a journey, one that expands past our time of this earth. It will at least allow us to take the first step of whitening our own sins. Our sins, right? Huh? Hold on. I've only ever done good luck rituals and harmless little bastards. This is different. Gamma, Gamma, this is where I don't know if I can do this. calm yourself. A ritual has meaning in its own act. It is the God's way of preparing us for true tests. You are a parasite, and combined with you wearing ritual, where gain power, it will work, it must, by me, because you are not corrupt by it. Only you can. You can bring your mother peace. Peace, man. You have to try. I know you think it's crazy, but this mess has caused a lot of people to suffer. Doesn't matter if you believe us, just do it knowing that it will help me and you grandma move on. You haven't seen what we've seen, so I don't blame you for being spectacle, but you can't believe in helping us, right? I just want this to all end. Me too. Every day it's been harder to keep things safe, and I think this mess is partly to blame. It's silly. I'm not religious, nothing half bad, but I want this all to stop, to be normal again. I want to believe in it. I want to believe that it will work, and in you. So please, I'm begging you to try. Okay, thank you, man. Man, are you ready? I just need a moment to prepare. What if we're wrong? What do you mean? What if the mass isn't the problem? What if we're making it worse? An old man told me that the mass didn't create the shadows. It only opens you listen to them. So, are we doing the right thing? What if we're missing something? Are you losing you resolve? No, it's this Tanka, the man who died, the one I was shooting for. He always said a what if isn't good enough for a detective. I guess old habits die, and there's so much I don't understand. And you, nothing will. It's a matter of faith, child. Okay, I'm ready. Itamar, please forgive me for leading you to those people and for what happened to you. I tried to save you. I pay you 5 peas. Grandma, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. As the ritual continued, I felt an overwhelming sadness, like something had been ripped out of me that I would never find again. At that moment, the whispers of the mass turned to desperate, pleading screams. I closed my eyes and hugged myself like a child feeling at that moment already engulfed in fear. Then there was silence when I opened my eyes. The mask was spit into. I knew at the moment Tassie was dead and had been all along. We laughed aside in silence. I never returned. Nothing was quite right after that day. My aunt's patience was gone, but I started to feel other things. The shadows began to take on new, fearful shapes. Tokyo began to change. Crime sat up, and the murder rate peaked at an all-time high that year. The police were so slammed with the wave of violence that they reassigned me as a humanity detective. The investigation into me was dropped entirely. I quit within 6 months. This didn't have the stomach for it anymore. And after what happened to Kazuzi, I could never focus. What if the ritual was a mistake? What if everything that happened since is all my fault? Sometimes I wake up at night wondering if the word of the dark was the truth and my life now is a dream. And after being exposed to bite fast. I don't go out much these days. I can't bear to face the werewolf. Nope, nothing I can do. Doug Bone. There you go. Nench. Toby Coleman. Concept 2. Oh boy. Nine. Thank you to all. Without you. 551. Interesting. Most interesting. You're nothing but a cow feeding on the carrion that time leaves in its wake. Forgive me for not being an impartial specter of human suffering. The woman had her own decisions. I only gave her a little puss. But the result this cannot be, not right at all. The mass rid from this word, I won't accept it. Why? What do you care? So I tell the reason it bothers you so? 'Cause you gain nothing from this tooth. But make no mistake, it is a tooth, another possibility. Time is not a single fact, but a complex complexity or whatever, pushed and formed into a picture by the forces of faith and chance. The different facts present a myriad of truths, but all an aspect of the same vast, none of vast. A more interesting. I would have thought one so interesting in history would had to a single tooth. On the contrary, if history has taught me anything, it is that there is no one tooth. The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all the truth, all grant insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a excessive spare. There it is, spare, and observe it long enough, and we may yet learn something. No, see, it's not you paving. It is not your decision. There is only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and stop the thing that's coming. It must be protected. The wall must be perfumed. Subway. Allow me to ask you yet. I believe I know it already. You've asked it before. And do me? I asked her the same cat. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees it sings, does it remain a puppet? What of fate and chance then? I answer you with one of my own. You see, the sound cards are potent, and thought you can take center. The altar you curse, does the sound not come regardless? Pah, no fun. You've never tolerated my philosophy side. Now you, me, when I tell you how things are. I suppose that's because we are one and the same. But what of her? All we can do is see, but eventually see and up there. There is only one path which will hold the world together. Oh boy. I unlocked new game plus. Well, that's this episode. There will be more because I got achievements to unlock. So have a good day.